up, guys? Professor Rob, Coach Steph here for another technique of the week. This week we're going to be working 2 different back escapes. Alright guys, we're working back escapes this week. So we're going to talk about kind of 2 different ways we're going to work these back escapes. Right now Coach Steph has a seatbelt with her right arm over, left arm under. Alright, as most of you know, the right arm over is the choking arm. Right? The choking arm is always the most important, right? So ideally, if I have a choice of which way I can go, I want to go away from Coach Steph's choking arm, which would be my left. Okay, so before we get there, just a couple of basic tips, right? Keeping the chin down always, because the choke is the most present submission here. So my chin down in the gi, what the sleeves control. I'm going to go left hand right here towards the bottom of her sleeve. My right arm is kind of towards the inside of this elbow here, and I'm pulling down and across the entire time here. My elbow's into my body. All right, so since I want to go to this weak side or away from the choking arm, I'm going to bring my heels to me. I'm going to bridge. I'm going to get my head to the mat. Okay, now, as I get my head to the mat, I'm going to start turning into Coach Steph. Okay, as I start turning into her, right, 2 different ways we can get over this bottom hook, right? We can step over here, right? If I'm having trouble, I can reach my hand down. You have to be mindful when reaching your hand down, okay? But I usually like to do this once I get my head on my back to the mat. I can go here to bring my hand down to clear that bottom hook. Now I start moving my hips out here, and once I start moving my hips out, Coach Steph most of the time is going to come on top, and I'm going to push this knee into half guard. I can fully escape and then lock my full guard. Alright guys, now in this back escape, Coach Steph is going to force me to the strong side, which is right now the right side with her right arm over. So same thing, I still want to have my chin down. I'm still going to have the same sleeve grips initially, right? Sleeve here and to the elbow, right? Now I start bridging, I start turning to my right side here, okay? Ideally, what I want to do is same thing, get my back to the mat and start escaping, right? Get over that bottom hook, get my back to the mat here, and then start coming up on top, right? If we get here, and Coach Steph is already applying the choke here, right? So she's applying a choke. I have the sleeve and the elbow, right? But it's kind of late, right? I can't get this arm up and over my head. I can't relieve the pressure from the choke. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down to my own lapel here, right? Left hand on top, right hand on bottom. Okay, and as Coach Steph's pulling back on that choke, right, she's gonna start to apply pressure with the choke by pulling back, right? It's starting to get tight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep turning into her, getting my back to the mat, at the same time pulling this lapel away from me. So as I turn into her, I get my back to the mat, I step over that bottom hook. She keeps applying the choke. I keep moving out here. Now I can start to also pull this lapel away from her hand, right? If I can rip it away from her hand, great. Even if I don't rip it away, I still, by pulling, I relieve pressure, okay? Once I either rip it away, I can turn and come on top, or if I don't rip it away and I keep pulling, it just relieves the choke, and most of the time she's gonna come on top to like a half guard or side control.